Hey, how you guys doing, everyone? I'm glad you guys can make it. I want to quickly introduce myself. So my name is Javier. I am the founder of Replenish Nutraceutics. I also do have a very intelligent, hardworking team that works alongside me as well. Their names would be Rebecca, Sierra, and Jainu. They are wonderful researchers, marketeers. They're really helping this company emerge as a thought leader in this space of medicinal mushrooms and how they can be an adjunct to cancer or conventional cancer therapy. So we are making headway in that space. So I do want to go over what is Replenish Nutraceutics because I understand that when a company is under a nutraceutical banner, that could mean a lot of things. That also can instill a lot of doubt. A lot of people have different opinions on nutraceutical companies, which I understand. I have multiple opinions myself. So I kind of want to just break down exactly what Replenish is and what we aim to do. So basically, oop, give me 1 second. There we go. So basically, right now, what we are, we're an early stage startup dedicated to supporting cancer patients navigating treatment through research-backed medicinal mushroom formulas. Our mission is to naturally manage treatment side effects and promote positive responses to therapy, empowering patients on their healing journey. Our vision, our end game, is to heal and empower humanity through medicinal mushrooms. I kind of want to digress back to the research backed. A lot of mushroom companies are research or science backed, but we specifically target research backed in conjunction to oncology treatment and how these medicinal mushrooms and these bioactive compounds support cancer patients specifically. So that's kind of a differentiating factor in our research versus regular mushroom companies that are research backed. Okay, so plain and simple, what are medicinal mushrooms? Um, when people think of medicinal mushrooms, they think of, psilocybin or the psychedelic of medicinal mushrooms, which it is part of the fungi family. But these mushrooms are a little bit different. They don't have that psychedelic effect that psilocybin has. So this is kind of the plain definition that we have come up with. So medicinal mushrooms are fungi recognized for their therapeutic properties, containing bioactive compounds such as polysaccharides and beta glucans. They are being researched right now and in the past, and probably will in the future, for their ability to enhance immune function, manage and alleviate side effects of cancer patients, and promote overall health in cancer patients. I kind of want to be specific and say that this presentation is geared towards cancer patients. So a lot of these sayings will include cancer patients or conventional cancer therapy. So on the right-hand side of this presentation, I have three examples of medicinal mushrooms. So chaga, referred to as the king of medicinal mushrooms. So chaga is known for its powerful antioxidant properties, which help combat oxidative stress and inflammation in cancer patients, supporting overall cellular health. So maitake, praised as the dancing mushroom. So maitake is rich in beta glucans, which are studied for their ability to enhance immune function and potentially improve patients' response to cancer treatments. And we have cordyceps. So cordyceps are celebrated for its energy boosting and adaptogenic properties. Cordyceps is believed to improve physical stamina and reduce fatigue, aiding patients in maintaining vitality throughout cancer therapy. So those would be three quick examples before we jump into the bulk and the meat of the presentation. A lot of these mushrooms can be found in the Far East, East Asia, some in Northern Europe, and we do have some in North America as well. Okay, so kind of what we're getting into, why medicinal mushrooms in cancer treatment. We've also added validated claims to these as well. So the number one benefit, or the most notorious or most famous mainstream benefit of medicinal mushrooms right now, would be the ability to modulate the immune system or immune system modulation. So medicinal mushrooms like reishi and shiitake contain bioactive compounds that help enhance the body's immune response by stimulating white blood cell production and activity. You can see our source was from the Journal of Cancer Research and Clinical Oncology. The second benefit that's most notable would be the reduced side effects of conventional cancer therapies, which is actually what our company mission is right now, is to help manage the side effects of conventional cancer therapy. So polysaccharides such as beta-glucans in mushrooms like turkey tail are shown to alleviate chemotherapy-induced fatigue, nausea, and inflammation, improving the quality of life for patients. That source, as you can see, is the Cochrane Review. The third would be tumor suppression properties. So studies indicate that compounds in mushrooms like, excuse me for the mispronunciation, still trying to get it right, Felinus lentius and Agricus blazei, butchered everything. I'm still doing it, have the potential to inhibit tumor growth and reduce cancer cell proliferation. So that source was the British Journal of Cancer. The fourth one would be enhance effectiveness of chemotherapy. So this would be in our mission statement of how it can promote a positive response to therapy. So lentinan and a polysaccharide in shiitake has been clinically proven. So this is actually a big breakthrough right now that, clinical trials are very seldom, but the clinical trials that have been performed do involve shiitake, and they, again, have been clinically proven to boost chemotherapy effectiveness in treating lung cancer patients. Again, source Journal of Cancer Research and Clinical Oncology. And then the fifth benefit that's kind of notorious in the mainstream would be the benefit of being a safe adjunct therapy with low risk. So long-term studies in Japan and China show that the medicinal mushrooms, when used alongside chemotherapy or radiation, pose minimal risk and safely complement conventional cancer treatments. So that source right there would be the International Journal of Medicinal Mushrooms. So again, I'll kind of recap the 5 benefits that we have validated claims for would be 1, immune system modulation, 2, reduced side effects of conventional cancer therapies, 3, tumor suppression properties, 4, enhanced effectiveness of chemotherapy, 5, safe adjunct therapy with low risk. Okay. So the next slide here, we kind of get into the meat and bones of it. So how do medicinal mushrooms work in cancer patients? So medicinal mushrooms work through bioactive compounds that offer multiple therapeutic effects, supporting cancer care, as I mentioned before, by strengthening the immune system and managing side effects. So beta-glucans. So the beta-glucans are going to be one of the most important bioactive compounds on this medicinal mushroom journey. So what exactly are beta-glucans? They're naturally occurring polysaccharides that enhance the body's first line of defense. So they stimulate macrophages and dendritic cells to recognize and attack cancer cells. So they essentially increase the body's ability to fight off malignancies and infections. So beta-glucans are very, very, very important, right? What they do, as we understand that chemotherapy, radiation therapy, all the other cancer therapies, what they're essentially going to do is deplete the immune system. So we need something that's fast acting and that's actually effective, that can replenish the immune system. So we believe that if we're a race against time, right? So as soon as the patient takes chemotherapy, it's a race against time, because although it's attacking the cancer cells, the healthy cells are also under siege, if you will. So we need to act relatively quickly to replenish the healthy cells to lower or mitigate the risk of infections or whatever comes with a depleted immune system. So the second is polysaccharides. So they promote the proliferation and activation of T cells and B cells while regulating immune checkpoints to prevent overactive immune responses that can cause inflammation. So obviously this is crucial during chemotherapy when the immune system is weakened. And third, so we have triterpenoids. So these compounds are particularly found in reishi mushrooms and have shown potential to reduce inflammation, inhibit tumor growth, and improve stress resilience. So obviously, inhibit tumor growth and improve stress resilience are two big things that cancer patients are mainly concerned once they undergo conventional cancer therapy. So triterpenoids also modulate the production of cytokines. So these proteins regulate immune and inflammatory responses, ensuring a balanced and effective immune defense. So um, kind of what I'm trying to explain or what I'm getting at is these are great allies to your already healthy cells or to your already functioning immune system. And what these do is, as I mentioned, they either stimulate or they either inhibit. So these are kind of like, how would I explain it? Like a booster pack, right? So it works hand in hand to give your immune system, a little boost, or like we call it, replenish. So combined effect. So these compounds, kind of what I just mentioned, um, they help bolster natural killer cell activity and increase the overall count of white blood cells, which obviously is essential for identifying and eliminating cancerous or infected cells. So this immune modulation leads to one, increased immunosurveillance. So they're enhancing the body's ability to recognize and destroy abnormal cells. That is key, right? Because we understand that the chemo is already identifying, or at least trying to identify the cancer cells, but we all know that they damage healthy cells. So this naturally increased immunosurveillance is very important. So the inhibition of tumor angiogenesis, so preventing the growth of new blood vessels that feed tumors. Again, that's a given. I think kind of want to note in here is that these are naturally occurring things, right? So the medicinal mushrooms are naturally occurring, which is actually a very, very key differentiator between pharmaceuticals or any other prescribed drugs that may cause chemical imbalances and other things. And these respond well with therapy as well. So the reduction in chemotherapy induced side effects such as fatigue, nausea, and inflammation. So these medicinal mushrooms are very, very keen and very heavy on very, very effectively modulating the immune system, enhancing the immune system, giving strength to your already naturally occurring or naturally fighting, white blood cells or natural killer cell activities to help them replenish or get back to average or natural state after it's been depleted from chemotherapy. Okay, so, uh-oh, I'm in a little bit of trouble here. Let's go. Boom. Okay. So personalized medicinal mushroom solutions, right? So currently we have three. So we have reishi, lion's mane, and turkey tail. So reishi, also known as Ganoderma lucidum, again, maybe butchering it. So the benefits, right? So reishi is known as the mushroom of immortality in traditional medicine, mainly traditional Chinese medicine. It contains triterpenes, which have calming properties that can help reduce anxiety and stress levels, often exacerbated by cancer treatments. If you ever had a cancer or you're a cancer survival, you understand exactly why you would need a reduce in anxiety and stress levels. So the effects. So current research shows that reishi can regulate the sleep-wake cycle, helping patients who struggle with insomnia due to the physical and emotional toll of their illness. So it also enhances the production of serotonin, promoting relaxation and emotional stability. Again, the great benefit in this is that these are naturally occurring. So there doesn't need to be a pharmaceutical drug prescribed to you with high costs. These are widely accessible. And I think, not even I think, I believe, based on the research that we've already concluded at Replenish, we know that these are great beneficiaries and great alternatives to prescription drugs that help you manage your side effects. Lion's mane is another, actually, it's pretty mainstream now as a medicinal mushroom. So the benefits we see here are it's powerful for neuroprotective agent. So it's known for its ability to stimulate the production of a nerve growth factor, which is a protein essential for brain health. So the effect for patients, a lot of patients do experience chemo brain. So it's a term used to describe cognitive impairments caused by chemotherapy. So lion's mane can improve focus, clarity, and memory retention. And clinical studies have shown its potential to regenerate neurons and support cognitive recovery. And then turkey tail. Turkey tail is actually, I would say, made itself in a supreme category in terms of its relation to helping cancer patients. So the benefits of turkey tail is widely studied for its immune boosting properties, especially due to polysaccharide K, which is abbreviation PSK, which PSK is known to activate immune cells like macrophages and natural killer cells. So the effects of this mushroom is particularly effective in strengthening the immune system, which is often compromised by chemotherapy. So by enhancing immune surveillance, as I mentioned earlier, turkey tail helps protect patients from infections that are common during treatment. Um, Again, all of these have something to do with the immune system, but then they also have a differentiator. Like I mentioned earlier, reishi can help regulate the sleep-wake cycle. Lion's mane can help with nerve growth factor and chemo brain. And then, turkey tail, obviously, with the immune system with polysaccharides. So this, I, I believe that, you know, with the research that we're concluding at Replenish, and of course we invent our own formulas. I do believe that these can be very effective. Of course, with the increased bioavailability and delivery methods, this can be a game changer for mainly for cancer patients, right? I use empathy. Thank God I have never come in contact with cancer, but if I were, I know for a fact that I would definitely be looking for naturally occurring phenomenons, herbs, anything that's natural to help either, cleanse the immune system or, give me more strength in a natural way. And I know that there's many, many people that feel like me or many, many people that have been in the same position. So I do think this is something to be thought about. So, so, so medicinal mushrooms as adjuncts to therapy. So kind of a little bit of what I explained in the previous slide. So the immune system modulation, this is important. I'm going to kind of keep honing in on that. So boost natural killer cells. So when you're taking conventional therapy, the medicinal mushrooms can offer a boost to natural killer cells, which enhances the activity of natural killer cells to fight cancer cells more effectively, regulates cytokine production, so increases production of cytokines like IL-1, IL-6 for better immune coordination. Second, reduction of treatment side effects. So these bioactive compounds in these mushrooms can minimize fatigue and nausea. So it helps alleviate fatigue and nausea associated with chemotherapy and radiation. Supports digestive health. So certain mushrooms like reishi and turkey tail, remember how I mentioned before, they kind of all help with the immune system, and then they have a little bit of differentiating factors. So reishi and turkey tail promote gut health, which reduces gastrointestinal side effects. So number three, neuroprotective and anti-stress effects. So this would mainly be found in the bioactive compounds of lion's mane. So these alleviate anxiety and depression. It also improves cognitive function. So it supports brain health while counteracting chemo brain effects. Antioxidant and anti-inflammatory benefits. So it promotes healthy cells. High levels of antioxidants help neutralize free radicals and prevent damage to healthy cells or healthy tissues, I'm sorry. And then it reduces inflammation. So anti-inflammatory properties help counteract chronic inflammation induced by cancer treatments. And then we have anti-tumor activity. So it inhibits tumor growth. So bioactive compounds such as the polysaccharides and the triterpenoids directly inhibit cancer cell growth. It also enhances chemotherapy efficacy. So synergistic effects with chemotherapy drugs make them more effective. plain and simple right there. So, um, as you can see, medicinal mushrooms are not a bad way to go. If you're looking for something, as we are developing and providing an affordable solution, a personalized solution, and something that actually works with with high bioavailability. Um, okay. Okay. So two things to know about these mushrooms, right? So there's a fruiting body, which is the head, and then there's the mycelium, which is the stem and the root of medicinal mushrooms. And they do have two different types of compounds and effects. So the fruiting body. So the definition of the fruiting body would be the mature, the above ground portion, the head of the mushroom that produces and releases spores for reproduction. So the nutrient content. So the fruiting body, or the above ground portion, the head, contains a higher concentration of key bioactive compounds, such as the beta glucans and the triterpenoids, and polysaccharides as well. So these compounds are linked to immune modulation, anti-inflammatory effects, and improved overall health. As I mentioned, I'm going to keep honing in, hammering these 3 points. The medicinal benefits would be the immune support. So the higher levels of beta glucans help enhance immune response. The anti-inflammatory. So the anti-inflammatory triterpenoids in the fruiting body aid in reducing inflammation. And then the cognitive benefits with lion's mane. So lion's mane have, as I mentioned before, neuroprotective effects. Harvesting, so grown above ground and harvested for use in high quality supplements due to the rich concentration of active compounds. So to put it in a short way, the more rich ingredients or the rich nutrient contents are located in the fruiting body of the mushroom. So next, onto the mycelium. So the definition of the mycelium would be the underground root-like structure composed of fine thread-like filaments called hyphae. It acts as the vegetative part of the mushroom. So the nutrient composition, so it contains enzymes, so prebiotics. It does have lesser amount of beta glucans. While it has lower concentrations of key bioactive compounds, it offers unique benefits. So the role in nature, so nutrient absorption. So the mycelium breaks down organic matter, absorbing nutrients for mushroom growth. The soil health, so it plays a vital role in the ecosystem by decomposing and recycling nutrients. And then cultivation, so it's often grown on grain substrates in laboratory settings to create supplements. Sometimes the grain itself remains in the final product that some companies incorporate that, may not market it, but some companies do incorporate that. And again, the key differences, so we have concentration of active compounds. So the fruiting body contains significantly higher levels of bioactive compounds, essential for medicinal properties, while mycelium contributes enzymes and prebiotics. Depending on where you're trying to apply the application method, the mycelium or fruiting body may be important. It doesn't mean that the fruiting body is more important than the mycelium, but in our case, we probably would be geared or heavily focused on the fruiting body just because of the higher levels of the bioactive compounds, which we're studying and we believe can help manage side effects of conventional cancer therapies. So the usage in supplements, products with fruiting body extracts are typically more potent. Kind of how I mentioned earlier, they have the higher level of bioactive compounds, whereas the mycelium-based products may include residual grain from cultivation. Again, doesn't mean the fruiting body is more essential. It just depends on the application and what you're trying to accomplish with mycelium or fruiting body. Okay, so spotting real versus fake mushroom companies. This is very important because a lot of patients, caregivers may say, well, we're never going to try medicinal mushrooms because we tried it and it doesn't work. It's a fad. Everything you're saying is, not really true or grounded in truth. But the truth of the matter is there are such thing as real mushroom companies and fake mushroom companies. And I'm going to dive into that a little bit deeper. So ingredient transparency is one key of spotting fake versus real mushroom companies. So real mushroom companies will clearly state whether their product contain only the fruiting body, mycelium, or a combination. So it's very important to look for transparency in labeling in the use of specific mushroom species. So fake companies use vague labels like mushroom mycelium biomass, or do not specify whether they use grain-based mycelium or actual mushrooms. So if you're thinking about trying medicinal mushrooms, make sure you read the packaging, read the labeling, and clearly define, or see if they clearly define whether it's fruiting body, mycelium, biomass, all those good things, right? The second key metric to gauge whether it's a fake or real mushroom company would be testing and quality assurance. So real mushroom companies, I should say, provide third-party lab testing results for key compounds like beta-glucans, polysaccharides, and triterpenoids. High-quality brands openly share this information. Again, real mushroom companies don't have a problem with transparency because they are going by the high-quality rulebook or playbook, if you will. And then fake companies lack independent testing or provide minimal data on their product's composition. So the more information you have from the company, the more credibility it has, and then the more trust you can deposit into that company. Third, source of raw materials, right? So real companies disclose their cultivation practices, sourcing, and whether they use organic, non-GMO ingredients. So they often highlight traditional growing methods and sustainable practices. Again, goes back to transparency. You're really having to look for key information, cultivation methods, quality assurance, probably a fake mushroom company. Again, real companies don't have to hide what they're doing. And in fact, they probably want to tell you what they're doing to build credibility with you as the consumer. So fake companies offer little to no information on where their mushrooms are grown or whether, they use quality substrates. And then clear health claims, right? So real companies make evidence-based claims supported by research, focusing on specific benefits like immune support or cognitive enhancement. And then fake companies use exaggerated or broad claims such as cures all diseases without scientific backing or disclaimers, right? So don't buy from a mushroom company that doesn't claim to be science backed. And if they are science backed, kind of dig a little bit deeper. Where's the scientific research? Who primary sources? That's why at Replenish, for example, we do our own in-house research to make sure that our evidence-based claims can be read by the consumer, healthcare professionals, caregivers, or whoever wants to take a look at that. So those are kind of the four main points to kind of discern whether a mushroom company is real or fake. So the economic benefits of incorporating mushrooms in cancer treatment diets. So one, obviously, why we're here, affordable solutions. So they're reduced healthcare costs. So fewer medical interventions. So by enhancing immune function and managing side effects, so incorporating mushrooms can lead to fewer hospital visits and medical treatments, ultimately reducing overall healthcare expenditures. Lower medication needs. So the use of mushrooms like shiitake and maitake may decrease the need for expensive pharmaceuticals, as I mentioned at the beginning of the presentation, such as anti-nausea or anti-inflammatory medications, resulting in direct savings on prescriptions. This is key. As you know, economies go up and down, right? You never know when pockets may be kind of distressed. Doesn't mean that your side effects are going to be distressed because the economy is distressed. So you always need to be thinking about ways to save money, but still have an effective and affordable solution. Medicinal mushrooms are the answer. And then budget-friendly nutrition, right? So cost-effective superfoods. So medicinal mushrooms are nutrient-dense and can provide significant health benefits at a fraction of the cost of specialized dietary supplements. So this allows patients to optimize their nutrition without incurring high expenses. And then sourcing options. Again, mushrooms can often be sourced locally or grown at home, so they further reduce costs compared to store-bought supplements or specialty health foods. Again, I also want to note this is all true, but make sure you're also discerning real versus fake mushroom companies. So you have more economic benefits, right? So it's an economic alternative to processed foods. So what it essentially means is there's a decreased reliance on processed alternatives. So by integrating mushrooms into meals, into shakes, or even taking them capsule form, patients can begin to move away from expensive processed foods and supplements that promise health benefits, leading to substantial cost savings. Don't forget, these mushrooms are multidimensional. So, yes, these bioactive compounds can help with tumor suppression, modulating the immune system, depression, and anxiety, but they're also good source of diet. They're just healthy, they're natural. So you're kind of knocking the saying, two birds in one stone. You're knocking five, seven birds with one stone. Um, so the long-term savings through improved quality of life, right? So these will improve the quality of life for the cancer patient. So the maintained treatment schedules, so healthier patients, by taking these naturally occurring medicinal mushrooms are more likely to adhere to their treatment schedules without interruptions caused by side effects or health issues. Again, these medicinal mushrooms will help you manage side effects. Please, I don't want to take away to think if you take medicinal mushrooms, you're magically going to wake up with no side effects. That's not true. These are here to manage the side effects, to increase your quality of life, to help you get day-to-day things done, and kind of get back to a sense of normalcy. Where was I at here? Okay, yeah. So, yep. Okay, so caused by side effects. So savings on costs associated with delayed treatment and hospital readmissions is key. And then lowered long-term care costs. So by potentially prolonging life and improving the quality of life, mushrooms can help reduce the financial burden of long-term care needs, which can be significant to cancer patients. And then home cultivation savings, right? So some people are very creative, upbeat, DIY mushroom cultivation. So patients can grow mushrooms at home, significantly reducing food costs. This not only provides a fresh, healthy food source, but also minimizes grocery bills over time. And then educational resources. So investing in growing kits or educational materials, such as this webinar, for mushroom cultivation can lead to long-term savings as patients learn to produce their own food sustainably. And let's go to, okay. And yeah, so incorporating medicinal mushrooms into cancer treatment diets, right? So you have dietary integration. So you have cooking and meal prep. So incorporating mushrooms like reishi, lion's mane, and shiitake into everyday meals, add them to soups, stir fries, salads, and smoothies for enhanced nutrition. We also have substitutes for meat. So we have mushrooms as meat substitute and dishes to reduce fat intake while boosting antioxidants and other beneficial compounds. I want to take a moment to let that sink in. I'm going to repeat that. Substitute for meats. So use mushrooms as a meat substitute in dishes to reduce fat intake while boosting antioxidants and other beneficial compounds. So second, you have smoothie and juices, right? So blended powder forms of medicinal mushrooms like chaga and cordyceps into smoothies or juices, so providing an easy way to consume their health benefits. We also have flavor pairings. So we have, combined mushrooms with fruits and vegetables to mask any strong flavors. Some of these do have strong flavors, while enhancing the overall nutritional profile of the patient. Again, these are multidimensional. You can add them into your food. You can add them into a smoothie. And then also we have mushroom teas and broths, right? So we have herbal teas. So brew mushrooms like chaga and reishi into herbal teas that can be consumed throughout the day, promoting hydration, key, while delivering health benefits. So again, you have I'm sorry, blacked out. So you have the enhancement of the immune system. You also have hydration. You also have, in this case of lion's mane, decreased anxiety and depression. And then you have nutrition dense broth. So you create savory broths using dried mushrooms as a base, which can serve as comforting, nutrition rich liquid for hydration and nourishment. And then the fourth, you have supplements and powders, right? So you have capsules and extracts. So for those who may not enjoy the taste or texture, or we get it. Sometimes you may just not be feeling, to get out of bed, to move around. Capsules, perfect. You can lay in your bed, pop a capsule in. Um, there's still high quality mushroom capsules and extracts as an alternative for easy consumption. And then we have functional foods, right? So you can look for products that incorporate medicinal mushrooms into snacks, energy bars, or powders designed for convenience. So again, you have four different ways to incorporate these medicinal mushrooms, whether it's food, juices, broths, tea, and then you have extracts, supplement powders, gummies, energy bars. There is a wide variety, wide range of ways to incorporate these medicinal mushrooms into your diet as a cancer patient to enhance your quality of life. And then, yeah, so that kind of concludes this webinar from Replenish Nutraceutics. Again, manage side effects without the added side effects. There is a way to manage your side effects without the added side effects of prescription drugs, pharmaceutical drugs, and the high cost of prescription and pharmaceutical drugs that often leave you worse off than you were before. I believe that in the coming years, maybe in the coming months, we will be in the mainstream with the benefits of the bioactive compounds in medicinal mushrooms for Replenish Nutraceutics. Right now, currently, as the founder and my team, we are doing extensive research into the benefits of medicinal mushrooms in conjunction with oncology, right? You probably will, after this webinar, search for medicinal mushrooms on the internet. Just because you find a company that says research backed, in this case, you have to make sure that it's oncology supportive research instead of just holistic research. If you're interested in Replenish Nutraceutics, you can go to our website, replenishnutraceutics.com. We are taking donations to help fund various processes and ventures, and we're also taking direct funding for research to help us on this journey that we will accomplish. We're on this process. We're excited. We're motivated when we do see potential here. So again, my name is Javier. I'm the founder of Replenish, and I hope you guys have a great day. And I hope you guys marinate, meditate, and think about, the possible effects and the enhancement of life that could be coming to you with medicinal mushrooms. Thank you.